Welcome to Inside Marquette Basketball here at the Al McGuire Center on Marquette's campus, joined by head coach Shaka Smart. I'm Sophia Minert. Coach, great to be back here at the Al with you, and great vibes around your team right now as you continue a 6-game winning streak coming off of your win over the weekend against Georgetown. It's been a 6-game winning streak going back to the middle of January against Villanova. You guys got things right. Overall, when you look at the last 6 games, Coach, what are you most happy with how your team has put together that consistency?
Well, more than anything, it's our guys' connectivity with each other, making sure that they're supporting one another. You don't really go into any stretch saying, hey, let's win 6 games in a row or 10 games in a row or 20 games in a row. You'd love to, but it's really more about 1-game winning streaks. That Villanova game was such an important one because we were coming off of 2 losses. Not only that, we were coming off of probably our worst game of the year, Butler at home. And the guys have had a really good approach. I think sometimes you gain some humility from losing or from tough moments. And I think understanding, as I always tell them, that we need each other even more than people might think, and really pouring into each other. And the way they've done that has been fun to watch.
This has been a challenging stretch. 4 of those last 6 games have been on the road, and that was something that initially you guys were struggling to find, maybe that full effort or that full consistency to get the wins on the road, and now you've been able to reel off a couple in a row. What did you think about how your team has responded to that?
Well, you know, it's hard to win on the road in college basketball, and if you look at percentages, it is the level and the sport where the road team wins the least. More so than professional basketball, more so than college football or the NFL. It's just challenging for a variety of reasons, but that doesn't mean it's not doable. And we just got to continue to double down on the things that we believe are going to go into success when we're away from home. And now all of a sudden, we've won 4 straight road games, but that doesn't guarantee anything. We still have to keep getting better and do the things that go into winning.
Let's talk about the defense for your team, and you guys have really developed, an identity defensively, and you have your principles defensively of obviously getting your hands on the ball, the deflection totals. We spend a lot of time talking about that. So during the winning streak, you are averaging 83 points per game, but you're also holding opponents to less than 70 points per game in that stretch. The turnover margin is plus 3.5 for you. Is the team playing defensively at the level that you want them to be right now?
Well, you're never quite where you want to be, but I think our guys have made a lot of progress. Our defense is at its best when we have 5 guys working together as one, helping one another, flying around, switching when it makes sense. As we say, appropriate help. So making sure that if your teammate is guarding the guy with the ball, you're giving him exactly as much help as you should, given the circumstances, and no more and no less. And that is ever changing throughout the game, depending on who's making shots, the way the game's being officiated, all kinds of different factors. But I think, again, of late, and this is why we always say, Sophia, our culture, how we act, interact, and respond, that precedes our defense or our offense. If we're in a good place in terms of our commitment to our core values and our principles, then that's going to bleed into the way that we defend and the way that we play offense. And I think that's happened of late.
With the injuries that you guys have had to handle over the last couple of weeks, how has that changed maybe the lineups, the rotations, and like you said, of how that affects you defensively and maybe what we're seeing on the floor offensively as well?
With Chase and with Cam's injury, we knew we were going to get them back. We just didn't know exactly when. In Chase's case, he's just such a glue guy for us. He's such a connector. He blends so well with everyone on the team. You can put him on the other team's top perimeter player, along with Stevie, at different times throughout the game, and he's really a security blanket for me as a coach. Cam obviously is our most prolific scorer. He's the best scorer on our team, particularly when he's at his best, and that was shown in this most recent game against Georgetown. He turned his ankle, and we didn't quite know exactly. He was so crazy, he thought he was going to play the next day. The next day was that home Seton Hall game. He tried to go out there. He's limping around. He actually made a 3, but on defense we were playing 5-on-4, so we had to get him out. We actually went into the Georgetown game, Sophia. We had walked through that morning, and I didn't really put him in the walkthrough in terms of walking through the other team's plays and defending them and then the stuff we were trying to do on offense. But then before the game, he's out there warming up, and the assistants came and said, hey, I think he's ready to go. So I came out there on the court, and he was moving around pretty well. And I said, okay, well, let's let him decide. And he felt like he could go, and obviously played well. I'll tell you what is a really good, WD-40?
Yes.
It kind of helps things kind of move, when you got your bike chain or whatever it may be. It's a good WD-40 for players and their joints and their scoring the basketball. So that first basket of the game, he made like a contorting layup, and all of a sudden I'm thinking WD-40. And then the ball started going in more and more for him, and he's moving better and better. And that's not like that's a real thing. Like that, there's obviously we call it psychosomatic connection between the mind, the body, the spirit. And there's no larger EGB for a guy like Cam Jones than seeing the ball go in the basket.
Career performances, first from Tyler Kolek on the road against Villanova, 30+ for him. When you get individual performances like that from Tyler, from Cam, just what kind of lift does that give your team? Not just for them individually, we talked about Cam, but just for your team, to continue this winning streak.
Well, when you put it in the context of back-to-back games where different guards score over 30 points, that's special. I don't know that I've coached a team that's had that, and I think we knew coming into the year that those two together in the backcourt were a special tandem on the offensive end. So, we just need to continue to try to help pour confidence into those guys. They're very, very different from one another, but what they do have in common, like most other players, is when they're feeling good about themselves, when they are centered and present, then that's when they have the opportunity to go do something special like they did.
We went into, I think it was the 8th round, all right? The 3rd round of the second half, we were down 1. And you guys, you had this look in the huddle. You looked at each other and you said, we're going to take this, all right? And you just kind of let go and you accepted what had occurred. And it's like, we're going after it. And then it was winning plays. Winning plays, Stevie, that offensive rebound. You guys, trust me, however they guard us, all right, there's an answer inside of you guys, all right? And when you trusted that, then we get back to scoring, all right? TK, 32 and 9 today, bro. I love Philly. Everybody in. Yes, sir. Get changed, go home. No finish line.
Shaka Smart's interview is presented by Wintrust, Wisconsin's bank, the official banking partner of Marquette University.
Golden Eagles fans, open a Marquette checking account with Wintrust Wisconsin's bank today and score golden perks like a $50 opening bonus, free ATMs nationwide, and your very own exclusive MU Golden Eagles debit card. Rep the blue and gold at home or on the road. And don't miss this golden opportunity to let everyone know. Scan now to open your account today. Wintrust Wisconsin's bank, proud to be the official bank of Marquette University.
After a serious injury, you'll need an experienced team on your side. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of Marquette Athletics. One call, that's all.
We live for the moments that move us. The big ones, the small ones, the ones that light up our hearts. At Aurora Healthcare, our heart and vascular team is trusted to make more moments possible. With breakthrough treatments only found here and the region's top-ranked heart program, we're the first choice of referring physicians and patients. Enjoy more moments that move you with Wisconsin's #1 heart care.
In the Georgetown game, 35 points off of turnovers. I think that was your highest total of the season so far. Is that encouraging to see for you, Coach, that defensively the principles are there and it's also leading to offense?
Well, it's more the process of how we go about it. We did have 37 deflections. That's the biggest emphasis on the defensive end, is being disruptive, trying to take away what they're trying to do. They have the leading scorer in the conference, so trying to make him inefficient. which our guys did. He was only 2 for 8 from the field, coming off a game where he was 9 for 27. So Stevie and the guys did a phenomenal job of not only making him inefficient, but limiting his opportunities. And then when you can get out and score off of those turnovers, it's a real bonus. Really, that goes then to offense, which is, okay, what are the process-based areas where we want to be good on offense? Sharing the basketball, finishing around the basket, which we did a terrific job. We finished at a high percentage around the basket, and then we made shots from outside.
The last 2 wins have come on the road, as we spoke about, Georgetown, Villanova, and then going back to the last home game, feels like a long time ago now, the Seton Hall game, another win for you guys. Stevie Mitchell, huge in that game, 36 minutes. And you spoke about, you know, the energy of Stevie Mitchell for 1 minute is 3 minutes of energy for not any other player on the court. Considering that you were out with Cam that day, Tyler, you know, didn't have the scoring game that we would typically see from Tyler. How did Stevie kind of put it all together for you in that Seton Hall game?
Just will, you know, his willpower is incredible. And I'll tell you, when Cam turned his ankle the day before in practice, we were doing a one-on-one drill. He jumped up to shoot a 3 and he landed on someone's foot. Turned his ankle pretty bad. The energy in the gym downstairs here was not good when that happened. I mean, the guys really respect Cam as a player, and it was like, oh man, Sean's already out, Chase is already out, and now this happens. And it was just, it felt like, man, this is tough. But Tyler and Oso did a phenomenal job. They huddled everyone up and they said, okay, help each other more, lift each other up more. We don't control that. And Stevie Mitchell took it upon himself to give our team energy, to give our team a lift, to stand up to the other team who the last time had physically, I think, gotten the better of us. And he just kind of wills his way to baskets sometimes in crucial moments. As you mentioned, Tyler didn't have his best shooting game that day, but Stevie was really aggressive. He got to the basket, made a couple, crucial threes, and that was big for us.
Well, and Ben Gold made his first career start as well, and you said that Ben is a player that you love to see the confidence grow, right? And you've been praising his defensive effort, and of course the scoring that comes with it, you're like, we'll take any day. How have you seen Ben Gold step up over the last couple of games?
He's been great. We really, in a lot of ways, we're fortunate to have 8 guys, now down to 7 with Sean's injury, that we feel completely comfortable putting in the starting lineup or putting out there at any given moment. You know how I feel about Ben. He's got incredible upside. I love having him out there with Oso because then all of a sudden we finally have a taller team than the other team, at least at those 2 positions. And I think they play well together. They play off of each other. He's continuing to gain confidence. I think that's the biggest thing. You look at guys that are further along in their career, like a Tyler or an Oso or a Cam, they know they can do it because they've done it, they've had success, they've gotten the accolades, they've had other people tell them how good they are. For Ben, he's still in that process of figuring out, I can do it. I belong out here, I'm as good or better than anyone I'm gonna be matched up with. And the more he figures that out, the better he's gonna play.
We mentioned accolades as we wrap up this segment here. 2 of your players, Tyler Kolek is on the Bob Cousy Award watch list along with the Wooden Award, and then Oso Ighodaro is top 10 for the Karl Malone Award. I know it's early, no awards have been handed out yet, but for those 2 to be on a list, on a very short list across the game of basketball, what does that say about their individual performance and what that has meant for your team's success?
I'm not surprised at all. I'd be surprised if they weren't on those lists. I wouldn't trade those guys for anyone at those positions. I think Oso is maybe as unique as any player in college basketball because of what he can do with the ball in his hands, but then also what he can do as a 6'11" bigger guy. And then Tyler, as good a passer as there is, his scoring just keeps getting better and better. When he is really locked into being a leader and driving the team forward, he's as good as there is at that. So well-deserved, but I don't just want to see them on the watch list. I want them to actually win the award. I thought Tyler was close last year with the Cousy Award, I actually they do a call where the committee calls the coach and they let you advocate for your guy. And I thought I did a good job, but he came up just short. So I'd love to see him win that award, and then for Oso to win any award associated with Karl Malone, that'd be pretty neat.
That'd be pretty epic for both of them, and both extremely deserving for their play so far. We've got more to talk about with Coach Smart here on Inside Marquette Basketball. Inside Marquette Basketball is brought to you by Aurora Healthcare, helping you to live fully.
We live for the moments that move us. The big ones, the small ones, the ones that light up our hearts. At Aurora Healthcare, our heart and vascular team is trusted to make more moments possible. With breakthrough treatments only found here and the region's top-ranked heart program, we're the first choice of referring physicians and patients. Enjoy more moments that move you with Wisconsin's #1 heart care.
There are many software, cloud, and technology providers, but there's only one who brings it all together to move business forward. Software One. Because no one else can act on software and cloud intelligence like we do. End-to-end, side by side, building better outcomes. All in one. Software One.
I know you and Shaka have a relationship. How cool is it to be less
it's
than a
cool.
mile down the road from him?
I've known Shaka a long time. Shaka recruited my son Austin and had him. Shaka was at the University of Florida, and Austin was going committed to Florida. And then Shaka left, and Austin left. He ended up going to Duke. So we've had a very close relationship from way back then. We've talked several times. I think Shaka may have been the first call, the sarcastic get off the golf course, time to get back to real work conversation was from Shaka. I'm not here if I don't go to Marquette, bottom line. I really believe that. Not only just the, like Rick, Hank, and Al, but the professors. I wasn't the greatest student when I came to Marquette, but I left a hell of a student. That was not my plan. I wanted to skate, and it was not allowed, and it changed my life. So coming back here to a place that changed me as a literal person is a dream.
Coach, it's certainly great to have Doc Rivers back in Milwaukee. What a cool full circle story. And we heard from him the personal relationship with you goes back many years now with his son Austin and you recruiting him. How has that relationship continued? And what a great opportunity for you as well, right? To have Doc Rivers here back in Milwaukee.
Great opportunity for me, great opportunity for our team, and I think for Marquette in general to have him around as such a great ambassador. You're talking about a guy who, has represented this community so well for so long, has been a member of the Board of Trustees, obviously is a NBA Finals winning coach, and has so much wisdom. So we are so grateful that he's here. I'm excited. I don't want to bother him too much, but I'm going to be, picking his brain a lot because over the years, Sophia, he's been a mentor for me. As a 30-year-old nobody, as an assistant coach at the University of Florida, he was so kind to me and so friendly, and I'll never forget the way that he and his whole family treated me. And so over the years, I've always tried to stay in touch with him without bothering him too much. And then when I got the job here, we got together literally a couple weeks after that because he just happened to be coming into town to coach a game. And now he's here. It's pretty awesome that Doc Rivers, Marquette grad, is the guy.
And Doc Rivers is back in Milwaukee, and most recently over the Seton Hall game, Wesley Matthews was back in Milwaukee as well as he was inducted to the M Club Hall of Fame, which is a great honor for any Marquette student athlete. He was one of 6 in this year's class for the M Club, and Wesley Matthews spoke about coming back to Marquette, going into the M Club Hall of Fame, and what Coach Smart has meant to him and the Marquette basketball alumni.
To my Marquette family, thank you. As you can see, all you guys sitting here today in the blue and gold, and I love it. I love it. I love, my Marquette family. As I start reflecting on this, my time at Marquette, once getting the nod that I was going to be here, you start thinking about ways that you got here. I don't go undrafted and have the career that I do if I was afraid. Marquette prepared me for literally everything that I had to go up against. My time here was great, and I'm so thankful for all the familiar faces, all the faces that I haven't seen before, sharing this day. Like, this is what it was about. This is why we came here. And I'm thankful for the love. I'm thankful for the support. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart, Marquette. I love you guys. Thank you. When I stepped foot on Marquette's campus, I can't say that I ever really thought, like, I'm gonna be in the Hall of Fame, like I'm coming here to be in the Hall of Fame. You know, it was get better every single day. I think that's a testament to what Marquette is you just show up, you have the tools, you have the infrastructure. Obviously you have to put the work in, but it's there for you, and you could obtain a goal that you didn't even know you were reaching for. Take advantage of what Marquette has to offer. You know, my teammates, my coaching staff, the academic department, everything. I miss those days, you know, and I guess that was my takeaway is the fans, the community, you know, the love of Marquette. You know, I credit Shaka a lot to that, you know, really making alumni feel comfortable, the whole athletic department. I mean, we've got just such strong ties, but just that genuine love and care factor that, you know, they care about what you're doing, what's going on. Marquette does a great job of keeping us a family.
Coach, your thoughts when you hear Wesley talk about coming back and still feeling like Marquette basketball is family for him?
Makes me feel good hearing what he says. You know, I've always been a huge fan of Wes. Part of it is, you know, being from the Madison area, him coming from Madison Memorial High School to Marquette. I remember when those three guys got on campus here, and you know, Coach Crean added that recruiting class. And I remember thinking, Marquette's going to win a lot of games over the next 4 years, because I had seen all those guys in AAU, and Wes and Jarrell and Dominique. And anytime you got a recruiting class and you keep going back and forth on which guy's better and which guy's going to be better, that means something good is coming. And so it's only right for Wes to be inducted into the M Club Hall of Fame. You already have Jarrell, you already have Dominique, and those three guys, their impact on this program is immeasurable. I love the fact that they're all still really engaged in the program.
We've got more to talk about with Coach Smart here on Inside Marquette Basketball as we wrap up here at the L. Inside Marquette Basketball is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
After a serious injury, you'll need an experienced team on your side. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of Marquette Athletics. One call, that's all.
Golden Eagles fans, open a Marquette checking account and score perks like a $50 opening bonus, free ATMs nationwide, and your very own Golden Eagles debit card. Rep the blue and gold everywhere. Wintrust, Wisconsin's bank, the official bank of Marquette University.
We live for the moments that move us. The big ones, the small ones, the ones that light up our hearts. At Aurora Healthcare, our heart and vascular team is trusted to make more moments possible. With breakthrough treatments only found here and the region's top-ranked heart program, we're the first choice of referring physicians and patients. Enjoy more moments that move you with Wisconsin's #1 heart care.
Inside Marquette Basketball is presented by Wintrust, Wisconsin's bank, the official banking partner of Marquette University. Aurora Healthcare, helping you to live fully. And by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Coach, it's interesting part of the schedule. You've got a full week from the Georgetown game to now preparing for St. John's here at home, and it will also be National Marquette Day. Just first of all, as a coach, how do you want your team to handle the week, embrace the week as you prepare for a big game and National Marquette Day?
We want to continue to grow our habits, and those are what we call championship habits. If you want to become a champion, first you have to act, interact, and respond like a champion. So that happens this week in practice and in workouts and in the weight room and in our time together in this room, because we don't have a game. Now, if you ask the players, they would take a game over practice any day of the week. But at the same time, after the St. John's game, for the rest of the regular season, it'll be 2 games a week. The games will come fast and furious. And so this does give us an opportunity to get down there on the practice court, work on some very specific things. I've got a long list, like Santa Claus's list, in my office. We probably won't get to everything. One of the things I need to do between now and the time we actually hit the practice court is really prioritize what's most important.
And you said, too, we've got 22 chips at this point, right? 22 games under your belt as a team that you can really dive into, reflect on, analyze, and make sure that those habits are in place for what's ahead of you.
Absolutely. I mean, if you truly are willing to engage with the experiences that you've had as a team and individual as a player, or for me as a coach, you can be so much better than you were before you had those experiences. But you got to be willing to get close to even the losses or even the tough moments or games as a player where you didn't shoot well or didn't play well. And human nature kind of pushes the other way, where you want to get away from that. One of the things that we've tried to do is take the other approach. Is, okay, whatever happened, how can we really, really learn from it, get close to it, and use it to help us be better the next time we're in that situation.
Finally, you've had great home support all season. How much are you and your team looking forward to the environment at Fiserv Forum for what will be another sold-out crowd against St. John's and National Marquette Day and all the excitement that comes with that?
We're excited. We're looking forward to getting a chance to play in Fiserv Forum. It's, as you mentioned, it's been a little while. We love being at home. We feel like we have as good of a home court atmosphere as anyone. We love the connection that our team and our players on the court have with our fans and vice versa. And so we know that our job is to provide a level of energy and excitement, passion for what we are doing, and our crowd is going to mirror that, and then we can have a lot of fun over the course of the game. But again, that has to start with us.
All right, that's it from head coach Shaka Smart. A big week ahead, National Marquette Day coming up at Fiserv Forum. Thanks for watching Inside Marquette Basketball.
This has been a presentation from Learfield,